Hey my YouTubers, this is your girl Windfire69 coming to you with another video. Yes, I'm back at it. I decided to do a series of videos explaining and talking about when you do have a house fire and my experiences with a house fire and the insurance company, public adjuster. So I'm going to be doing several videos just explaining what I and my family went through with dealing with the insurance company and a public adjuster. But first, I want to thank all my subscribers, new and old, for subscribing to my channel. Please leave your comments at the comment section. Give me a thumbs up. Click the notification bell. That will give you notification every time I come out with a video. Follow me on Instagram at Windfire69K. I like luxury. Well, I used to like luxury. I'm not into that again, like first time. I am, but not, I don't have my 2 feet in it again. I pick up several pieces here and there, but nothing consistent. So, you know, I decided let me do some different types of videos just to educate the public on, you know, what you can do to kind of soften the blow when you do have disaster like a fire, you know. So, okay, a few things that I had wrote down I wanted to kind of discuss just to, and this video is going to be very short. Again, I'm going to just be doing little segments of certain things. So, in my last video, I told you back in 2022, I had a house fire, and my house was, you know, like $1 million in damages, and what I did leading up to it to allow us to not come out of our pockets with the insurance company. But I wanted to kind of discuss what you as a homeowner, as a property owner can do. You know, I mentioned it in my video before, but now I'm going to kind of give you more of a detail. So when you have, I'm going to talk to those people that are renting apartments. It's very important as a renter to get renter's insurance. And the reason why I say that is because it actually covers your personal effects. Because remember, you don't own the building that you live in, so you don't need homeowners insurance, but you do need renter's insurance. And for example, say there's a fire in the building, right? And your items get damaged. That renter's insurance will cover your personal property. And that's why I say, you know, it's important for renters to get renter's insurance. Also, renter's insurance is just not for fire, it's also for flood, you know. So if you do, so say you, again, you live on top, you live in a building and you have people on top of you and below you, right? So those people that are on top of you, if their pipe bursts and then it goes and it leads into your apartment and then your apartment get flooded, this is where renter's insurance come in at. Those items that are damaged, your personal effects, like TVs, clothes, shoes, furniture, all those things. Like I said in my last video, if you turn over your apartment and shake out, all the things that fall are your personal effects. And that's how that works, right? So it also, you know, covers flood, right? So with apartments and co-ops and things like that, it's important for you to get renter's insurance for those people that do rent. Okay. And renter's insurance is not that expensive. And I'll be totally honest with you, it is not that expensive. I know there's, I know I used to use Lemonade, And the reason why I used to use Lemonade is because with my homeowner's insurance, when me and my boyfriend lived together, my ex lived together, he had to get renter's insurance even though we were living underneath the same roof, because we were not married. And this is coming from the insurance company, we were not married, and they would not cover his personal effects if push came to shove. So that's how come I knew more about Lemonade. I think it was like $20 a month, depending on what the policy limit was. And that's how come I knew about renter's insurance through that. Okay. When you own a house or a property, period, you have to get homeowners insurance when you have a mortgage. Now, if you don't have a mortgage, and if you choose not to get homeowners insurance, that's on you, Just be careful, right? That you don't get a fire, that there's no flooding and things like that. But to me, the smart way is to get homeowners insurance. Okay. And homeowners insurance protect the structure, protect the buildings that are attached to the structure or on the property. For example, I have a garage, that's a part of that, and I have a patio, that's a part of that. And so anything outside the structure, if that gets damaged, my homeowner's insurance will actually take care of it. So that's that with the homeowner's insurance, right? And when you have tenants, so I have tenants in my house. So once I have tenants, this brings back to the apartments, right? So I have tenants in my house. So the homeowner's insurance the homeowner's insurance protects me, and the renter's insurance protects the renter. My homeowner's insurance requires that if I'm renting, my tenants must provide renter's insurance to them. Again, because the homeowner's insurance, it's not going to cover their personal items. Their renter's insurance cover their personal items. What the homeowner's insurance covers is my personal items, because I am the landlord, I'm the owner, and then the structure of the house, right? So that's what they cover. Okay. And the thing about it is, with homeowners insurance, and I just want to put this out there, is that their job is to take money and not give back money. That's their job. I know you guys say, what are you talking about, Kim? And let me explain from my own personal experience. In my last video, I discussed that I had to dot my I's and cross my T's, because you have to be transparent with the insurance company, else they will not pay your claim. They will not pay your claim, right? Okay. So when you get homeowners insurance, right? When you buy a house or buy property and you get homeowners insurance, you have the responsibility to update your homeowners insurance. Remember, I mentioned that with the tax assessment and the value of my house, I decided to keep increasing my limit according to what the city was saying my property was worth, right? Okay. Insurance company not going to tell you that. They're not going to say, hey, Kim, it's been a couple of years and your property ain't the same value that it was a couple of years ago. They're not going to tell you that. So you, as a homeowner, have to know how to maneuver through that, in a sense of, my tax assessment is saying this, so my next renewal, I'm going to increase it. You have to do it, because the insurance company, they don't want to pay. So listen, they know that life be lifing, right? And you ain't paying attention to your policy, right? You're not paying attention to it. So when you bought your house for 500,000, listen now, you bought your house for 500,000 and you insured it for 500,000. Life be lifing, right? Oh, I'm going to remodel my kitchen. That is an increase in value. Oh, I'm going to remodel my bathroom. That increases the value. Oh, I'm going to put new floors down. Oh, I think I'm going to do uh, AC units, mini splits, in every room, you know. Oh, I'm going to, I think I'm going to do, add another room on, or just, I'm going to renovate, right? When you do all of that increase the value of your home. Your home cannot still stay at 500,000. It just can't, right? You have to increase it because you've made renovations to your home. But the insurance company not telling you that because they feel that life is lifing. You're not paying attention. So now your house is now worth 750,000. Right? From 500 to 750,000. But your policy is still, the limit is still at 500,000. So that 250,000 that you've done, that your property has valued up to, right? God forbid anything happen, the insurance company is only going to go by the 500,000 because you didn't modify the policy for an additional 250,000, right? So you're not going to get your new floors. You're not going to get your kitchen. And if you do get those things, it's going to be way less because let me say this. Insurance companies don't pay. If your policy is at 500, you're only probably going to get 300,000 to fix. Now, the damages is over 700,000. What do? You would have to come out your pocket for the difference. So that's why it's important for everyone to look at your policy every year, read into it every year, see what you're entitled to, because let me tell you something, the job of the insurance company is not to pay out. They want to make sure, and if they do, they're only going to pay out what you tell them, right? On the policy that you had for 5-6 years at still 500,000 when you've made increases in your house value to 750,000. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do your due diligence. Again, they're not going to knock on your door and say, hey, your policy, because they don't care how much your insurance, how much your house is valued. They're only going to go by what you give them on paper. You see? So you have to do your due diligence to really, get on board, because you have to cover yourself, So, that is one thing that I kind of really wanted to stress with everyone to kind of just know what you're entitled to on your policy and how to modify your policy so it fit into what you are currently what you currently have, right? So that's one thing, right? When we look at personal property, I'm going to get into the personal property just a little bit. And then in my next video we'll kind of go through it. So in my household, we had a lot of stuff in our basement. Our basement was a storage unit, right? So we had a lot of clothes and shoes and things like that there. And what happens is when the public adjuster comes in, right? When the let me start from the beginning. When the fire took place, all the items were out in my yard, right? All the burnt up items were in my yard, and we were not able to touch them. We had to wait for the public adjusters to come in and record all the personal property that was destroyed. Now that means washer and dryer. That means clothes and shoes, pool equipment, because I have a pool equipment, tools, what else? I'm sorry, my mind is kind of running blank. I had patio furniture, in my basement. Some of my designer shoes and some of my designer bags and things like that got destroyed in the fire, right? And my mom had a couple of she had a few things like some small appliances and things like that. We had a snow blower. We had a lot of stuff in the basement, and those things got destroyed. So what happened was, and we had linens and comforters, and because it was just a storage unit for our basement, which is a storage unit. So we couldn't touch any of the items. Those items had to be recorded. Okay. So it took them like about a week or two to kind of record everything. Because with the public adjusters, they have different departments that do different things. So they recorded everything. They recorded whatever was there. When the fire took place, I had stuff upstairs where I live at, so I garbage bagged everything and took them out, or whatever the case may be. I had designer bags, shoes, jewelry, perfumes. I had everything in my, in my area, whatever. So when we look at personal property, right? The personal property is, we'll say, measured on how old the items are, right? Okay. We had a lot of stuff. And what they do is the insurance company now, the public adjuster records all personal items, right? But what the insurance company does is they depreciate them, right? So that means that if you bought we'll say if you bought a Gucci bag, right, about 10 years ago, and the Gucci bag was, we'll say $1,000, right? And what they say is, hey, okay, this Gucci bag was in the fire, but when we looked online, the Gucci bag was $1,000 5 years ago. Now the Gucci bag is only $200. So what they do is they give you $100 and hold back $100. That's the depreciation amount. Now, if you decide that you can get this Gucci bag for $200, that $100 that they gave you, and what they'll do is they'll give you that $100, which is the $200. Even though you spent $1,000 on the bag, right, 5 years ago. So what the insurance company does is they depreciate your personal property. They do. And that's sad, because when you check it out, if they depreciate 90% of your personal property, that means that, and your bedrooms, like everything, furniture, clothes, shoes, appliances, everything, those are your personal property, right? If they devalue that like 90%, you're only getting 10% back. right? So we'll say this. Let me put this out there. My personal property limit was um, my personal property limit was 800,000, right? Now remember, we have a lot of stuff, computers, printers, we had all these things in our house, TVs, everything, stereo system, everything. They depreciated that, right? So here's what happened. We got, if I'm not mistaken, to get back all our, and we didn't get back all our stuff because we decided we're just not gonna fill up our house with all our heap of stuff. So it was 800,000, right? They depreciated 90% of our stuff. So the most we kind of got out of it was, we'll say, 220,000. We'll say 220,000. Remember, the limit is 800, right? We only got 220,000, and what they did was they held back. They held back the depreciation amount, and that came up to, like, we'll say 200 something thousand. Remember, 800,000, and combine the depreciation with what they gave us, that's only like 420, right? So that's what I'm saying to you guys, that you don't get what your policy limit is. You know what the policy limit is, in the sense of, you don't get the 800,000, because it's a whole rigmarole. They're not giving you what each item is valued. They're depreciating it because of the years. You understand what I'm saying? So from there, it kind of becomes, dude, like, I'm paying insurance for so long, and you're trying to jerk me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the angry part to it, right? But it is what it is, right? But there's for me, I knew what to do, because my public adjuster, that's why it's very important for you to get a public adjuster, because the public adjuster knows what he's doing, tells you what you need to know, what you need to do to maximize your return. That's just what it is, right? So when we look at that, you're kind of like pissed, but it is what it is, right? And these are items that we've had through the years, so we understood it. It's just that they lowballed us, you know what I'm saying? Because again, when we look at this whole scenario, they never thought that we would have a policy for 1.8 million. Who does that, right? Who does that? So they try to look, because they didn't want to pay out, right? That's just a lot of money they don't want to pay out. So they tried every trick in the book to kind of not pay us, which is fine, because this is a business, which is fine. But again, when we say public adjuster, that is something that everybody should have when disaster strike, okay? That's just what it is. And the insurance company, they don't care. Again, their motto is making money, not losing money. That's their motto, so they're going to do everything in the book to kind of not pay that top notch money to you, so. But this is just one video out of a series of video, but I just wanted to let you know what happened to me, and how I was able to maximize. In my next video, I will tell you how I was able to maximize my return, with the insurance company. Okay, so until next time, stay blessed. Don't forget to subscribe. I keep every video I have, I never tell you guys to don't forget to subscribe, but please don't forget to subscribe. Till my next video, love you guys. Stay blessed. Be safe.